Alright guys, I've been getting a couple requests as to how I draw my trees, and in two particular drawings I've been getting the requests. This one here is my mountain landscape drawing, and they want to know how I do these trees here. Another one is in this drawing, and they want to know how I do something like this, and I have some more pine trees here, and they also want to know how I do something like this. I guess for something like this, I'm just going to be using a general's pencil here, charcoal pencil, 2B. Maybe a white pencil, I'm not sure if I'm going to need it or not, but I might use it so I can keep it there. Maybe a blender. So, and you just basically need some erasers. So nothing too major for this one. Alright, so first I'm going to do like the pine tree. Now this is probably the easiest thing that I draw, and you'll see why. So all you need to do for this is just, you want to start off with a line just for the basic stem of the tree here, and after that, some people will start from the bottom of the tree with the branches and work their way up, but I find that when I do that, I'll start off either too narrow or just too long, and when I get to the top, like, it'll be out to here before it'll reach the top. They have to make the top taller, and it just works better if you work from the top first. So I'll just start off by just making some little branches that pop off the top here, and generally I just scribble lines in. It's really all I do. And I'll go down a little bit, and I'll work it out a little bit, go up here again, and I'll just keep doing this. I think maybe I will go back in with the white pencil, because it brings in some highlights if you want to make this look like, make it pop a little bit more. But all I'm doing is just scribbling in some lines. And one thing I learned from that mountain landscape drawing is that a lot of my branches are, like, if I have one here, then I have one here, and then I have one here. It's basically all even all the way down. I've looked at some other drawings around, and it looks a lot better when you make things inconsistent and uneven. It makes a tree just look more natural. So you want to make your branches like want to have like one that sticks out a little farther than the rest, but you don't over exaggerate it. But you just gotta work them out, make them your own. Like just make them your own. Now, granted, these trees aren't exactly like the prettiest trees in the world. Like, I'm not putting too much effort into them, and I generally don't, because usually when I use these type of trees, they'll be far in the distance, like what I'm doing in my my mountain landscape tutorial, which I'm still working on. And those trees in the background, they're very, very small, so you don't even have to work in half the detail what I'm doing right now. A pine tree, you can get away with not doing so much detail, because they're just you can make them so heavily just detailed with all these tree limbs here, and you don't have to put too much effort into it. You just keep on making these, scribbling some lines, and it really comes out in the end. So it's a real break when you want to draw some nice trees, but you don't want to have to be too like artistic about it. Anyone can really get away with doing something like this. Alright, so that's pretty much it there. I'm going to make this bottom part a little thicker, so at the bottom of the tree here. And you basically got like a nice Christmas tree there. But I'm going to go back up here. Well, first I'm going to use my brand new sharpener here. Hopefully I won't break the tip, because these things break so easily. Alright, that's not bad. Okay. I'm just going to go back in and make some more lines here. Now when you make the lines for the tree limbs, I tend to, like if I'm starting here on the page, like for the limb, I'll usually bring my pencil like this, like a, I don't know, like a Nike switch type of thing, but that's generally what I'll do, just to make all the branches flare out a bit. Gives it a nice little touch. So you just do some quick strokes. Don't really have to pay too much attention to what you're doing. Just want to keep it a little consistent and just keep working it in. Now, if you were doing this in color, generally what you would do is you would look at your tree. You would find the darkest shade of green, and what I did here for the first part, you'd want to make your whole tree that shade of green, just the darkest shade of green that's in the tree. And then with what I'm doing here, going over it with these Nike switch signs here, you'd want to do that in a lighter tone, and it gives the tree a little bit more depth, and it makes it pop a little more. That's why I think I'm going to go over it with a little bit of white, just to make it pop a little bit more. But that's generally what you do if you're doing it in color. Well, that's the way I would do it. Alright, I'm going to go over with a little bit of white, and I'm just going to do the same thing what I was doing before. I'm just going to go over it a little bit, just to give it a little bit of highlight, make it pop a little bit more. If you want to, you can put a little bit of like workable fixative on this, or something, just something to spray it with. And then what I'll do is it'll set whatever you have on the page, and you can go back over with this white charcoal and make some parts of it like completely white, and give it like a snowy feel to it, like a fresh snowfall, and that works really good if you're doing a winter scene. So I'm going to start up on this other side here. You see, I'm not really putting too much attention to where I'm putting these lines. It's all random, because in the end, there's really no organization to how a tree is. It's all random. So you can go as random as you want, but don't go too random, because then your tree will probably look a little funny. But you want to keep it a little consistent, but you have a lot of freedom when you draw trees, which makes it fun. Alright, so I'll give you a little close-up of what I've been doing here. I'm not sure how well the camera can pick this up here, but you can see I worked in quite a bit of detail here with some of this, and it's not half bad for spending 5 minutes on a tree here, or 10 minutes, whatever it is, but yeah, it's not that bad of a process. You got to keep it a little consistent with what you're doing, but in the end, it's not that bad to draw these. They're fairly easy, so I hope you guys can learn from this, and if you have any more tutorials, please let me know.